Previously on Miracles.
I joined up with you to find answers.
We look into the other side at events that cannot be understood.
I'd like to try and help these people.
I saw it written in my own blood. God is now here.
Paul, this is my son, Maddie.
What's the point of faith if it's never tested?
Shouldn't we be more discreet? Not everyone knows how to handle all this darkness.
This doesn't make any sense.
This could become very dangerous for you, Paul.
I think it already has.
We have to go to Virginia immediately.
Why?
You've heard of hurricane weather? This is ghost light weather.
Ghost light.
Yes, it's a anomalous light phenomenon. If we hop in my car right now, we'll be there in roughly 10 hours.
10 hours.
I can't go.
Why not?
Well, it's Maddie's birthday, and I've got my work cut out for me just trying to track down his father. And besides, when we get there and we don't see anything, the trip is just gonna drag on. I know how this works.
But we will see something.
Well, send me pictures.
Guess it's just you and me.
10 hours.
Shortcut! No fair! I'm good. No, you're not. Yeah, I wonder if Bob's gonna get us dinner. Yeah, I think fine. Here I come. Bye. Hey, no fair! That's cheating! Gus? Hurry! Mom, no!
What is it?
We just saw a ghost! Yeah!
Henry? Where were you all night?
I just seen a ghost.
How can it be 100 degrees at 3 in the morning?
It's not the heat, it's the humidity.
It's both.
You see anything?
No.
Are you sure? Seems like the same story for the past 3 nights. I don't understand. This is one of the most common unexplained phenomena there is. When I was a boy, my grandparents used to tell me stories about seeing ghost lights out on the moors all the time. I even convinced them to take me there on a number of occasions.
And what happened?
Nothing. What's that?
Mind telling me what you fellas are doing out here?
We were investigating the possibility that a local legend of terrain-based ghost lights isn't just swamp gas.
My daddy always said the lights was a headless railroad man.
Ah, you've heard of the ghost lights?
I've seen them. They're famous around here. Folks in town will tell you they're caused by the souls of Civil War soldiers.
Are they?
People say all kinds of crazy things. I don't believe none of it myself. But if it's weird stuff you're looking for, the next town over's been getting its share recently.
How so?
A couple of kids said they was almost shot yesterday by a ghost.
Which town?
Shadow Valley. Have fun, boys.
I don't mean to be rude, but there's no reason for you to talk to my children. I can tell you whatever they think they saw. They didn't.
What do you think they saw?
Well, the police suspect it was just a Civil War reenactor.
Why would they say that?
Because the man in the woods was dressed like a soldier.
They were too scared to go to school today, and they kept me up half the night.
Because Gus couldn't sleep last night. He's afraid Ghost is gonna get him.
Now, Renata, I don't want to raise this issue again. What did I tell you about ghosts?
They don't exist.
Good.
Who are you?
I'm Paul. Do, either of you have a favorite blanket?
He does, and it smells.
Well, you see, that's part of the trick. You know, when I was a kid and I was afraid to sleep, I used to pull my favorite blanket over my head. The smell keeps ghosts away. It makes your favorite blanket the safest place on earth.
All right, you two, go inside now. Come on, Scoot. Let's go. That was sweet. You all want some lemonade? You look like you're about to melt.
Thank you. No.
Is it always this hot here?
Sometimes. It does seem a little strange this time of year.
Well, if anything else comes up, please don't hesitate to call us. Thank you. You see that?
What?
He had blood on his shoe.
Ah, is that what you were looking at?
I've never heard of a ghost bleeding before. Statues and crosses all the time, but...
Perhaps those children were more frightened than they're letting on.
Think they were telling the truth?
Yes. Children tend to be excellent witnesses. They don't filter out things that, quote unquote, don't fit.
Yeah, but you have to be careful. They're also really good at telling you what they think you want to hear.
Which is why I wasn't talking to them.
Oh, right. Otherwise, you'd be kicking around a soccer ball and trading Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Well, it's worth looking into.
You want to start with the kid's shortcut?
Into the woods it is, then.
My wife, Isabella, is about to give birth in Livingston. Still no word has reached me. There's a typhoid epidemic I fear for her and the child's health.
I told you tried to desert last night. Is that why you did it?
My duty is to my country. I did not desert, John. I was on patrol. I simply became lost.
Well, Henry, you know these woods better than any one of us.
And I tell you, I stumbled through the thickets all night like a blind man. I was unable to find the path until two spirits revealed it to me. What? What? Is it not said that under certain conditions, spirits will communicate with persons in the flesh?
Said by whom?
Spiritualists. Mary Todd Lincoln.
Well, I forgive her. Tragedy has an interesting effect on one's ability to reason. I, too, used to seek comfort in the afterlife, but while studying medicine, a few of us attempted to reconcile spirit with matter. We took each corner of a dying man's bed and put it on a scale.
What happened?
Nothing. It weighed the same in death as it did in life. No spirit left his body. I would like to believe in an afterlife, though I have seen no evidence of it. Henry.
I feel my mind is giving way.
You going over the ridge tomorrow with the rest of them? Are you prepared to die? Well, I fear soon enough you'll be able to answer your own questions.
We're lost, Keel.
We're not lost.
It's night. It was light out when we started.
And the path is just up ahead.
We passed that tree twice already.
Is it me or do the trees in these woods keep rearranging?
What is that? There are your ghost lights.
You're not from around here, are you?
No.
Well, we almost ran you over. What are you doing out here at night?
Well, it's kind of hard to explain.
I'm a former professor at Harvard University with a special interest in paranormal occurrences.
What do you mean, like Sasquatch and devil worshippers and such?
No, not
Sort of.
exactly. The Jacobson kids said they saw something weird out here yesterday.
Gus and Renata, they saw a ghost.
My boyfriend started to hear creepy sounds about a week ago. Over at the Circle Mart where he works.
Where's that?
Across the highway.
That wasn't there before.
I know.
Worked the graveyard shift polishing the floors by myself. So at first I was scared of all three. Then I came used to it.
What's so special about aisle 3?
Just wait.
This is even less exciting than ghost lights. What do you make of all this?
I'm not sure yet.
Hey, you guys want to see something? Just wait. Clean up on aisle 3. Clean up on aisle 3.
Show yourself. Show yourself. I said show yourself.
He has clearly lost to mental imbecility.
Ooh, my wounded foot is still bothering me. What sort of spirit vexes it, Henry?
I see it, Henry. Right, she's a fat spirit. At this very moment, perched atop your boot.
Careful, Henry. We might do well to shoot our own soldiers tomorrow.
My dear, sweet Isabella, this fortunate beam of moonlight, which surely must shine on you somewhere too, has given me the opportunity to write these lines to you. I fervently wish and pray for the health of you and our child. Every day I ask for signs, and I believe that perhaps I am getting some.
My God.
I think I know where we were lost in the woods. In German, they call it Durchschlupfen zur rechten Seite.
Does everything with you involve a foreign language?
A time slip.
You're saying we slipped into those woods the way they were in the past?
Picture, if you will, years stacked on top of years, like pages in the Sunday Times. Now, picture spilling coffee on the top pages. The top page becomes wet. It also becomes transparent, allowing you to see through it onto the page beneath.
The past becomes visible.
Briefly. And then as the top page dries,
the past becomes invisible again.
Invisible again.
Dude, is that possible?
But the whole reason why we live in sequential time is so that two events can never occur in the same space at the same moment. The physics at work here can be incredibly dangerous.
Any word from our troops to the south?
When are the reinforcements coming?
Well, I've heard only rumors of ambush.
My wife, Isabella Tucker. Any word of the typhoid in Livingston?
Henry, I'm sorry. No news of your wife.
I need you to bring us something.
Well, what is this?
It's my journal. You bring it to her. In return, I must have word by dawn if she and the baby are touched by typhoid, else I'll die in ignorance.
All right. To Livingston and back by dawn. Henry, it's impossible.
Please. You try. You try.
I will ride like a demon through the night. You will see me again, I promise.
There was a time slip in Frankfurt, 1809. Some members of the new German parliament were camped for the night on an embankment when they were awakened by the sounds of Roman centurions fording a river. They couldn't see the Romans, and there was no river. But even so, one of the parliament members died.
How?
He drowned.
Why now? Why here?
It's a natural occurrence, like a thunderstorm. Only this is caused by a convergence of conditions that we don't yet understand. Though it might be worthwhile taking a closer look at the weather.
The weather? I think it might be a little more than that.
Well, if an area contains a substantial amount of piezoelectrical material, like the quartz in the hills surrounding this town, well then, it may only require a very small amount of additional energy to trigger a temporal anomaly.
And that extra energy would come from what?
It's been very humid in the past few days. Humidity is known to store a latent negative electrical charge. Now, I'd be interested to know if the conditions here mirror those in Frankfurt.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, Evelyn, it's me.
Paul.
Did I wake you?
No. What can I do for you?
Well, I need to know the relative humidity of Frankfurt, Germany during the third week of April, 1809.
Okay.
And knowing the geological makeup of the region wouldn't hurt either. How much quartz is there? Where is it distributed? I gotta go. I have another call. Thanks, Evelyn. Hello?
Hi, it's Jenny from this morning.
Hi. Is everything all right?
I'd like you to come here as soon as possible.
Jenny, is everything okay?
No. My kids won't go to sleep. They want the ghost expert.
Renata said that a ghost can eat through a blanket.
I'm at the end of my rope.
We're afraid of the man in the woods.
Okay. Well, the man in the woods is not allowed to come out of the woods. Otherwise, he wouldn't be the man in the woods.
Are those woods his heaven?
Well, yeah, sort of, I guess.
What's heaven like?
Okay. Think of the best moment you can imagine. Then put that moment in the best place you can imagine. I think that would be heaven.
Are there dogs?
In heaven? Well, it wouldn't be heaven without dogs.
Is there cotton candy?
Yeah, there's entire houses built of cotton candy.
Who lives in the houses?
Clowns.
Well, I don't like clowns.
Well, they're really more like performance artists.
Oh.
Yeah.
What about cats? Can cats go?
Yeah, but you see, the cats and the dogs, they don't ever fight.
I'd really like to thank you,
Well, it was...
but I can't. You just told them a bunch of stuff you obviously don't believe yourself.
I really wasn't expecting them to start asking existential questions.
I know my kids, Mr. Callan. They're sensitive, but they're also intelligent. It's not enough to tell them that ghosts are nice and eat cotton candy.
What are you suggesting?
I'd like to go down to that shortcut and show them there's nothing to be afraid of.
I really don't think that's a good idea.
Hey, kids, get your shoes on. Come on, we're gonna go for a walk with Paul. Let's go. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Is this the spot?
No, it happened way up there.
You were shot by a 140-year-old bullet.
I know. Did you see the man?
I didn't just see him. Look at my clothes. He needs something. He was trying to ask me something, but I couldn't make out the words. He needs something. I have to figure out what it is.
You might want to do that quickly.
Why?
Haven't you noticed? The weather's cooling down.
Make sure he takes it easy for a couple of days. Are you all right? You scared us half to death.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I'm the one who made you go out there. Is there really a man in the woods?
More than one. Something called a time slip.
A time slip? And this is something that you guys know about?
A little.
Only a little? Okay. I need to know the truth. I need to explain this to my kids.
What have you told them so far?
I lied.
So, you say you found it in your backyard, right? Pretty common in these parts. Boy Scouts bring them in all the time.
If you wanted to identify a man in one of these pictures, how would you do it?
Name. They're fairly well archived.
And name is the thing we're after.
Oh, well, let's see. Now, you could try...
Would a button tell you anything?
Quite a bit, actually. A silver button indicates an officer. Brass button, a common soldier.
A brass button. The one I saw had a woman holding a sword on the front of it.
That's an infantryman from Virginia. Yeah. Must have been from the 2nd Battalion.
Why do you say that?
Well, there was a flanking maneuver attempted by a small detachment of the 2nd Battalion in the hills close to here. Here. I have another one if you'd like to see. It's taken after the Battle of Shadow Ridge.
Never heard of that one.
Oh, with good reason. A minor skirmish over a forgotten ridge which ultimately had no bearing on the outcome of the war. There were no survivors.
My sweet Isabella, it is with extreme difficulty that I write this. I am alone, desperately praying to know the health of you and our child. I am hopeful for word. Soon was the messenger's refrain. I fear the worst, but God has been good to me so far. He's shown me a halo floating in the sky, which preceded the arrival of a man I can only call an angel, set down before me in strange clothing. This man spared me from a most cruelly devised assault by the Union in the middle of the night, and then went as quickly as he appeared. The air is lately full of sounds, the sky of visions. Every object on the ground is filled with hints for me. I do not yet know what all this means, but for the first time I realize there are things on this earth which cannot be weighed on a scale, which the smartest of doctors cannot know with certitude.
All right, what happens on the next page? Come on.
It's not just that we can see into his world. He can see into ours.
This man, he stood right here when he wrote that?
137 years ago.
I am willing to die for my country. But because I died, knowing not whether my baby and my wife live, my spirit will never rest.
That's what he needs to know. That's what he needs to find out.
Nobody should have to die like that.
Where you going?
He wants to know what happened to his family. I'm gonna find out.
And then what?
Then I'm gonna tell him.
It's Henry and Isabella Tucker. I need birth records. April 1865. No, 1865.
Do we need to drive this fast?
We may be too late already.
I don't understand. If the man has been dead 137 years, aren't we already too late?
We have a short window of opportunity to get a message through before the time slip inevitably corrects itself.
How late are you open? Okay, we'll be there. Step on it.
Look out!
Looks like Henry's got a hell of a battle coming.
I don't understand. The weather's changed, but the time slip is getting stronger.
I don't think it has anything to do with the weather. What's gonna stop this is Henry getting his answer.
You do understand I'm not gonna help you.
Who's that? Reinforcements? Maybe it ain't so bad as we think up there on the other side. What the hell is he doing? Is he grazing that dang horse?
It's the messenger. Hey.
He's dead.
Damn it. He never made it. He never made it.
I can hear them! They're getting closer!
Two arms! Two arms!
Look at that!
I found it.
I brought as many speakers as I can find.
So, it is plausible, even if you can't accept the idea that time itself is bending, that a strong enough magnetic field, say from faults in the Earth, could create little hiccups in the way that we perceive time, which is a perfectly acceptable explanation for everything you've seen, right?
I believe I'm really doing this.
Okay, another way to look at it is this. It's the process of our time and another time temporarily crossing one another, like two waves from different directions on the lake. They meet in the middle and they, you know, crossed.
So there really is a ghost in the woods.
Yes, there is, sweetie.
Henry Tucker, your wife Isabella and your baby William live on. William will grow up to be a newspaperman and raise 3 children of his own. Henry Tucker. Children of his own. Henry Tucker, your wife Isabella and your baby William live on. William will grow up to be a newspaperman and raise 3 children of his own.
It's never going to work.
Henry
It worked
Tucker,
on aisle 3.
your wife Isabella and your baby William live on. William will grow up
to be a newspaperman and raise 3 children of his own. Henry Tucker, your wife Isabella and your baby William live on.
William will grow up to be a newspaperman and raise 3 children of his own. Henry Tucker, your wife Isabella and your baby William live on. William will grow up to be a newspaperman and raise 3 children of his own. Henry Tucker, your wife Isabella and your baby William live on. William will grow up to be a newspaperman and raise 3 children of his own. Henry Tucker, your wife Isabella and your baby William live on. Grow up to be a newspaperman and raise 3 children of his own. Henry Tucker, your wife Isabella and your baby William live on. William will grow up to be a newspaperman and raise 3 children of his own. Henry Tucker, your wife Isabella and your baby William live on. William will grow up to be a newspaperman and raise 3 children of his own.
Keel, ghost lights.
Henry Tucker, your wife Isabella and your baby William live on.
Spirits of the Civil War dead.
Let's go.